It's over, man. It's over. Man City win the Premier League, and first and foremost in life, it's never good to be a sore loser. So, congratulations to Manchester City, and you know, on the balance of the whole season, 38 games, they deserve it. They deserve it. Obviously, when the matches started, you always want to have optimism, hope. I think our match actually started a couple minutes earlier. Sorry, later that no, earlier than City's because City's was behind by a couple of minutes, and yeah, man. Before we even grew into the game at Everton, guess what? 90 seconds in, Foden lets the ball run across his body and absolutely smashes one into the top left corner. And it's moments like that that send shockwaves, all the way to the Emirates Stadium. But it just shows you what kind of a team City is, not just in terms of like ability, but just like mentality and just, yeah, they're going to do it. I just don't think for a second, like, City ever thought, they were going to lose this game. They were just full of confidence. Do you get it? Like, Foden just rifling it like that, 90 seconds in. As soon as that happens, literally it deflates the whole Emirates crowd, and it's crazy because going into the game, obviously there was a party type of atmosphere, carnival atmosphere, or you never know what might happen type of thing, and yeah, that's the kind of situation we were looking at. But interestingly enough, I think the players got the message through the crowd's energy, and I don't know if we were really playing our game up to scratch. And guess what happens? Ends up, being 1-0 to Everton before the end of the first half, with Idrissa Gana Gay's free kick deflecting off the face of Rice and, going into the net. And at this point, it's like, wow, City's winning, Arsenal's losing. Like, come on, go out. Don't go out like that. Don't go out like that. Go out with a win. We pull one back instantly with Tomiyasu from an Odegaard cutback. Fantastic finish from Tomiyasu. And like a minute or so later, Mohamed Kudus with a brilliant bicycle kick goal where he flicks it up and just bices it. It's absolutely fantastic finish. Obviously, before Kudus scored that goal, Foden had doubled City's lead. So at that point, before the end of the first half in the City game, it's 2-1, you know, and people are thinking, always momentum with West Ham. We've just pulled one back as well. That should give us the oomph going into the second half. Going into the second half, it was still difficult. Credit to Everton, they actually played really well. So yeah, I mean, going into the second half, it was 2-1 to City against West Ham, and there was only 1-1 in our game. So, we need 2 goals swing in our favour. Us scoring and West Ham actually scoring another goal. And yeah, man, bro, Everton were really stubborn. They were really stubborn. It wasn't quite working, so we made some substitutions. Jesus for Trossard, and obviously Smith Rowe actually came on for Party. Timber actually came onto the field as well. It was actually fantastic to see Urin Timber make his, you know, second Premier League appearance in front of the crowd. Obviously, opening match day, last match day, he got his appearance, and I actually thought he looked decent in his cameo. And yeah, man, it was a game of wanting, trying. Jared, Branthwaite for Everton, he was getting his body across all different types of, shots, deflecting it and everything. He was fantastic today. You can see he's a quality defender for sure. And yeah, it was just a case of, I was just like, you know what, 80 minutes in, it's still 1-1. Arsenal, don't go out like this, man. At least go out with a win so you can say you've done all you could, because I actually think the ramifications of ending on a draw would be very, very bitter. But yeah, we end up getting our goal with, Jesus latching on to Ashley Young's crossfield pass into the centre of the box. Debates about whether it hit Jesus' arm or not, or the handball was intentional. Didn't really matter because eventually the goal got given. But yeah, good endeavour from Jesus. Pass out wide to Odegaard, who's free in space and motoring on to goal. And it looks like, I don't know if Odegaard hits it or supposedly passes it to Havertz, but find its way to Havertz, who slams it home from very close range. And yeah, it's 2-1, and obviously the celebrations were muted, so I'm pretty sure the players already knew what was happening at that time. And yeah, funny enough, before he scored that goal, Rodri, scored a third for City in, the typical Rodri goal, cut back edge of the box, and, low strike into the bottom corner. To be fair, I think Ariola should be doing better with that one, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, at the point that we finally scored our goals, 3-1 to City already, and I think there were murmurs about like a 3-2, but the goal got disallowed for West Ham. But yeah, the whole stadium was shaking, thinking it was actually given and stuff. But yeah, ultimately, we done our job today. City done their job as, pretty much all would have expected. And yeah, they win the Premier League title. So congratulations to them. Sadly, we just weren't able to do it. So, I think for us, it has to be a case of looking ahead to next season. What can we do differently? This transfer window is going to be so important for Mikel Arteta, Edu, the Cronkies too. We've got to close that gap, man. Interestingly enough, I saw a stat. Arsenal dropped points in 9 Premier League games. Havertz was playing in the midfield for 7 of them. So I feel like first half of the season, we faffed around a lot with, trying to experiment with Havertz in the 8 role, and it just didn't work with Rice as the 6, and yeah, it just didn't, it just wasn't connecting. It just wasn't connecting, man. And those are the fine margins. Even we look back at the Villa game. I know, yeah, that game's already passed, but even though, turn of the year, we decided to start Havertz up front. Yeah, it's just odd to me. For some reason in the Villa game, Arteta decided to revert back to Havertz in midfield. I just, but hey, that's already passed. You can't really look back at that. I mean, well, you can, but I mean, it's a case of might as well look forward. But you know what to do best. You know Havertz's best position. Up front, he's produced the most as well, and he's been crucial in the run. He's done fantastic. He's had when you look at it overall, great season. 8 out of 10, I give him. Especially obviously he had a slow start because he wasn't really playing in his position. But to end the season like this, man, he was on fire for sure. But yeah, man, ultimately it just wasn't enough. Obviously, we saw a fair few players emotional at the end. Havertz, Saka, Odegaard. But listen, the most important thing was, even if City won, we had to get a win. We had to get a win to end the season like this and think about how we're gonna move forward going next season. But yeah, ultimately it wasn't to be. We missed out on the Premier League on the final day, and most people expected City to win. I'm pretty sure 99.9% of people would have expected City to win. But yeah, that's just the truth, man. So onwards, upwards. Obviously, now the summer's going to be full of Euros and stuff. Give us some time to think. Transfer window is going to be super important. Interestingly enough, if City win the FA Cup, it will be a combination of Arsenal versus City again. But yeah, man. That's just that we just have to keep improving. Now make those top signings, top midfield signings, left back situation. We have to sort that out, and yeah, we have to get a marquee attacker, and yeah, man, that's about it, to be honest. So 3 more signings. Make sure you're able to sanction player sales correctly. Get as much as you can. Invest in the team. Then we keep going. But ultimately, this season we just about didn't have enough, and that just shows the machine you're going up against in Pep Guardiola. But yeah, man, the target for next season, we need to be hitting 90 plus points if we want any chance of winning the league when Pep's around. Honestly, man, I think the average for the past couple of seasons has been 91 points. So statistically, if you in and around there, you have a very good chance of winning the league. We were just a couple points short of that. But next season we move, and hopefully we can do better. But yeah, it's been a rollercoaster of a season. All of you lot have been, watching every game and, very involved emotionally of, the ups, the downs, and all the types of different moments in the season. But ultimately, I think it's a season that we can look back on and we'd be like, we've done ourselves proud. Like, we didn't end the season with a whimper. That's it. You wanted to finish strong. The worst thing would be, these things matter in the end. Like, obviously, couple years down the line or whatever, people will be like, oh, yeah, City won the league, just 2 points ahead of Arsenal and stuff like that. If we ended up losing this game, it would have been 5 points. It would have made it look a lot, further than it was, when the reality was close. It was close, and we pushed Pep's team all the way. But yeah, people probably be thinking about that Son chance in the Tottenham game that, potentially, scuppered our hopes of a title and stuff like that. But hey, it's the Premier League. Things happen. It goes your way sometimes, goes your way Other times, sometimes it just doesn't. But that's just the nature of it, and we have to push, move on forward, and we keep believing. That's the whole thing. Like as fans, we're here to believe, continue supporting. And it'll be interesting to see what we do in the summer transfer window. But all I'm saying, do Arteta, Cronkies, we gotta go crazy. We ain't going out like that. We must win a Premier League title with this team. We should be winning trophies as well next season. All domestic cups. I want to see us taking them super seriously, bro. Super seriously, because another season at empty hands, it's not a great feeling. But yeah, man, come on, you Gunners. Next season we move. Let's go.